Good morning, Conan fans. You're tuning in an hour later. Thanks for joining me. Headed up to the mounds of the dead to learn the pride of the Aesir knowledge, and I may already have some of the items that I need from our last visit. Good morning. That's where we're headed. Right on. Got some coffee, getting cozy. Late night with Conan.
Shapes fears timeless form, dead goddess, by the liberation of the demonic cycle, by the patronage of dead Shua, death shadow, spirit of death, the devil and the enemies of the Christian hopefuls were laid low by my power. I, Leeds Kenga of the Deophil, immortal Spinal, conquering the world now. Christ has no power here, lest I, Shinecraft in snare, and I drink the essence of the Nazarene, a castle built out of human bones of my slave, skins yoke by my sorceries and the bowl of demons of the earth time.
Right. Plus for the two-headed Conan. Every dollar. Not gonna let me.
Yeah.
That will all fit there, won't it? Yeah, but I'm gonna need to make another chest anyway.
Odin established the Lord, and for years the sacrifice chieftains, and they were gods alongside the Aesir. The sacrifice gods appointed the Aesir with the end of Sibir, in darkness, chaos and doubt, existing in realms beyond the prison of time, the casual abyss surrounding the earth. The sphere is crafted from the knowledge of the black hearts of Odin and Loki. The luminous fire shaped in the mind's eye, and the anti-cosmic light of the dragon circled around this undead landscape. I am Nitgenka, a spirit of nocturnal domination among the inverse of a one called Cain's Sea. Misbegotten beings, kin of Cain, ancient witchfolk, and blue-cloaked mysteries of the ruler of nine worlds, Odin's splendor and mask of gods. The Aeolus surround in forests of otherworldly affairs, watching always, dwelling in his phantom world free from the constraints of time, ever renewing by the coiled and crooked spine of the dragon. Odin and Loki's fires are still here, an echo of a time long forgotten, yet new on our black heart. While there is equal times of light and darkness, the balance of life and death are mirrors in the casual sphere, a shape from the blackened fire of non-will, desire, and belief. I create realms to make grown my beings and mortal essence, clothing my design.
crystal clear lake in the north was dammed, and so we came at last to this kingdom. It was a fertile land, rolling grasslands and temperate hills that gave way in the far south to the dryness of a desert. In the north were mountains, but not the snow-covered mountains that we had seen on our journey, just jagged rocky peaks, and a swamp, thick and polluted, that lay over the eastern part of the region like a shadow. But it was clear that this land was inhabited. Carved blocks of mighty stone covered the landscape, and a crystal clear lake in the north was dammed and siphoned along a great aqueduct. And the city, such engineering was beyond humankind. I saw the great monuments, the statues brooding over the river, and the towers that flamed unnaturally across the landscape. And I confess, I felt fear.
Possessed by the dead goddess, the dwarf moon god rose within us, leaving this world shaped from our Paralysis, without faith, the sun born from our sorceries and hold demons captive.
I'm a wizard, mind you.
heck, I have my microphone off. Doggone. You're welcome. I hope you heard my greeting. Jenny, big hugs. Always nice to see you. Thanks for being friendly. You must have heard me. I turned my microphone off for a minute. I have to turn the heat up. If you're lurking, chilling, snoozing, dreaming, dream good dreams, and have a safe day on the morrow. And thanks for the friendly vibes always. Nah, no, I space, man. Listen. I'm not a space cadet. I'm not. When you get multiple sclerosis, you get promoted to space commander. Yeah. We all do it. I think I hold the record. Yeah, I did a 36-hour no microphone stream. It was just for people who could lip sync. That's how it, yeah. After the fact, I thought that would work. No, I spaced. I didn't turn my mic on. I was like, man, I'm being unfriendly. Holy shit. Wait, the little green bar's gray. Good morning, and thanks for the friendly vibes. If you go lurking, dream good dreams. I was telling you to have a good dreams, and have a safe day tomorrow. And I hope I see you live sometime. Yeah, I'll tell you what, the downside is that I've been hearing impaired since I was probably 5 years old. The upside is you can read what clients are saying through their kitchen window. How did you know I wanted the purple Japanese maple? Planted in the front left corner of the house. Her husband said the price is too high. Oh, that dirty bird. Who is that woman talking to on the telephone? So if you know somebody who spent time at Easter Seal Center. Face masks, I'll tell you what, I'm so glad COVID's over. I can read what you guys are saying again. So I'm at the library. I'm at the library in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I lived in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania for many years. I just recently moved to Ohio. I'm in the library, and there's these two deaf kids. It's college town. And so there's these two kids, they're probably 20, 23, sitting next to me, right? And they're signing. They're a nice young couple, college couple, and they're signing. They can go like this, they go really fast. And I haven't signed since probably 6th grade, right? And they're going really fast. And I went like this. I told you this. So I went like this. I went. Got their attention. And I went like this. They're signing. We're in a library. I'm telling them to be quiet. They started laughing their asses off. Yeah, they started laughing their asses off. They thought that was the funniest thing they saw all day. They're signing. I told them to fucking keep it down in the library. They're just looking at me. They're laughing so hard. It's fun. That was fun. So I'm driving. I was never supposed to drive. And I pulled the car over. I heard an ambulance, and so you pull the car over. My daughter, she's probably 14. She says, "Dad, why are you pulling over?" I said, "There's an ambulance coming." She said, "That's on the radio." Can't hear in stereo. So if you yell for me, I don't know which direction you are. So every time I hear an ambulance on the radio, I pull over. Gunshots on the radio, I pull over. Why are you flooring it? There's gunshots. It's on the radio. Oh shit, I thought Howard Stern was in the trunk. Ah, the upsides of being deaf. Have fun always, my friends, no matter what hurdles you may face. Going to the mounds of the dead. So what I need to do there, I posted there in chat. There's 3 artifacts. We were already here. You see, that's what I love about this game. It's one of the things I like about this game. It can be frustrating, yet so challenging in such a roundabout strategic way where I've already been to the Mound of the Dead to complete one quest, same thing, to complete one quest. But you have to be on that quest line in order to get credit for those goals for that quest line. But at the same time, there's a whole other quest line that I could have completed while I was there. So while I was there, I could have completed 2 quest lines. And I don't mind going back. I love roaming around this world. I love Sandbox because I can't do this. I've always played games where I can't do in real life. Until The Sims had pot gardening, right? But in any event, that's what I find very interesting about the game. It can be frustrating, and yet if you look at it in a different fashion, it adds to more bang for the buck. It's more playability. You're playing it longer, you're roaming around the world, you always notice that thing that you didn't notice the first time. Yeah. So I thought I had acquired some of these artifacts, but apparently I hadn't. Or perhaps the journey wasn't selected, the quest wasn't selected yet. So we're going back to the Mounds of the Dead so that I can make sure that I've collected those 3 artifacts. And I'm not sure that I haven't already. I might have already collected them. They might be at Set City in our smaller base, our Conan condo. We rent a condo from Conan. Yeah, the 2-headed Conan. 2 heads are better than 1, man, I'm telling you what. Now that's proof positive that Sumerian can drink anyone under the table. A 2-headed Conan can drink anyone under the table. I'll keep it down. I'll keep it down. I'm leaning forward. See, you guys just came to watch Smurf smoke pot. That's all right. Good morning, and thanks for the nice friendly vibes. So we have to go here. Pardon me. We have to collect a fragment. We have to collect a couple of artifacts. Now we've already been here. And then we have to fight Thorgar's son. We've already fought him. We already beat him. Did we collect the artifact? We should have. Did I drop it with fumble fingers? Possibly. And then we have to go talk to the spirit of his dead father, and he will give us the knowledge to create the armor that we want. That'll unlock an entire new armor. We'll call it a wardrobe. Yeah. Rock and roll. So let's get moseying. And our boys are going to get some experience points and get some fighting along the way and get some loot. Looty toot toot. Let's get these guys rolling right here. Let's see if I can do this quick. Because these suckers are going to block me. You guys go up there and hang out. I'm going to go down here and raid this chest. Every time I hit that, let that prisoner free, he's a Zamorian. Damn it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, because they'll block me in there. It's the butt. Over there, you boys. Over there. Shits. Let's go, you stinking barbarians. Let's go, Larn. So forlorn. Let's go, boys. We got enemies to kill. Ein Schwein, drei Bear. Look at these guys. 7, 8, 9, 10. We are ready to rock and roll. We're gonna fucking steamroll all over these camps. Holy shit. Oh man, I love it. I love this Better Thralls mod. Now, I used to roll around this world solo. You know, I'd take one or two companions. Now, I could take, and we will take an army of Yetis, right? We go down to Hanuman's lair. We trade in those Nordheimer hearts. That's why those are so valuable. Take those Nordheimer hearts down to Hanuman's lair. Fight the evil wizard. And then we sacrifice those Nordheimer hearts. I think I'm pretty positive I'm not too far off the track. To the idol of Hanuman. And then we get Yeti skulls and we can transform them into Yeti companions. We got 10 big badass Yetis. Won't that be freaking cool? We probably got to go and do another trip down to Hanuman's and go and tackle that dungeon again, which is pretty fun. Bitch, and we kind of go all the way back to the beginning of the game. Now, I used to roll up here. What I was saying when I began this yammer was these bitches up here, they used to kick my ass sideways. Yeah, they did. They'd skin me alive. They'd feed me my innards. Leave my naked body swinging dead, hanging from a tree over the River Thames. Long ago. But now, I got my cousins. Yep. And they're hungry. Yep. They've been eating freaking lutefisk and kale, right? For 5 freaking months. The snow is melted. They're like a bunch of young, hungry brown bears coming out of hibernation, and they're fucking starving. We're gonna kill these bastards. We're gonna roll right over them. So this is our first bite into our neighboring settlement. What I am feeling. Whoa! Death, baby. Death to your Outlander. Let's go. You want some? I got something for you. Yeah, I do. Good morning. Oh, that shit hurt. Oh, that shit hurt. Yeah, it did. Yep, we're gonna kill him again. I'm using my heart attacks. Yep. Killed him twice because I'm sitting there running my mouth. So let's roll. Most of this is shit. But that Nordheimer heart right there, that's what I was talking about there in the loot in the bottom right, that Nordheimer heart. We can roll down there, roll through that dungeon, Hanuman, trade those in at the altar, get some Yetis. Oh man, a whole freaking army of Yetis. Holy shit, will be unstoppable. The Yetis really aren't that tough, but they sure are cool. Now, I'm using my Emir's axe. That jailer, we can't capture him. He's got a key. So now I got 2 of those keys. Now, Emir's axe is going to give us these ice shards. The ice shards we can make into more axes, artifacts, all kinds of goody goods. No treasure over here, no loot, no prisoner. Probably got the same book. Yep, Forger's Note. And Leon. It's always Leon. Yep, so we got some ice shards out of Leon. Did the loot chest refill? Maybe. Nope. Let's roll. Let's have a gander. Oh, good morning. Just hit the wrong doggone button. Yeah, they murdered that poor girl. At this point, I'm looking for tier 3s. So I'm looking for archer 3s, fighter 3s, everything 3s or 4s. I'm looking for legendaries. I've got too many level 1 thralls cruising around. Thralls, I often say companions. Once they're rolling with us and they're in our army, they're our companions. They're not our thralls anymore. Rock and roll. So we have authority. We have exerted our authority over everything that we're looking at. Okay, so we have run the war parties across the river there. Across the river there is our fire, where my little freaking Eye of Odin is in the center of the screen. That's our fire. That's our 3 companions. They're no longer our Thors, and our brothers in blood. Holy shit. Until the bag of goat gets really big. Then they'll show the true colors. In any event, so we got our 3 warriors over there guarding that fire because we have our worker companions cruising over enjoying the fire. They're enjoying the water. They're handling a little bit of Emir, right? Having a snow cone on Emir Day. And so I got my warriors over there guarding that fire, protecting our worker thralls that are cruising down there. Thank you, Emir. And there was several war bands over there, and they were enemy war bands from our neighbors to the west. And that's where we're heading. We're going to go make our presence known. We're going to be continuing to exert our authority and push our way into the west and the north. Make our presence known here in our kingdom. Kingdom of Threm. Rock and roll. King of Frost and Stone. And so these guys will keep respawning. If you tuned in yesterday, killing on YouTube, here, there, anywhere, tuning in now or then, these guys will keep respawning. And so what I showed you guys to do was take your warband, take your warriors, plant their asses around that fire, plant their asses around that hut. Only give them truncheons. Don't give them any murdering death weapons. Command them to take prisoners rather than enjoy the blood eagle. And then every time that you cross the river and take a prisoner to your wheel of pain and you come back, they will respawn. They will engage in the exact same cycle, and you get a new prisoner every time. And so at this point, I got a whole bunch of 1s. I got a whole bunch of tier 2s. I want to try to start filling my ranks with all tier 3s. I have the armor skills now to pretty much make all the Vanir stuff, etc., etc. Some Sumerian stuff, I can raid the shit out of that. We can make a bunch of stuff and a bunch of stuff. For some reason, I can't make some stuff and some stuff I can. Maybe it's knowledge, skill level, we'll see. Unlocking certain things, certain triggers. And we need to get up and over. Because I was not, yeah, this is the ticket. Let's go, boys. You guys ready to rock and roll? See if I can nail her. Nope, missed. Right up through the head. Yeah. Ah, this is our neighborhood now, boys. That's right. Sees a Carpenter 1. I'm looking for Carpenter 3. I think I got 2 Carpenter 1s. And I probably only need 1 Carpenter 1. Rock and roll. Give the mirror a high five. Ow! I didn't grab the loot space on that all the time. Diggity junk. Let's go, boys. Going to the mounds of the dead, the ravaged burrows. Going to talk to, is it Thorgrim? Is it? Perhaps. I was going to change that journey. I thought I did change that journey. To adventurer. Oh, right. I got to hit the button. Yeah, because I said a priest, but apparently it's not an archpriest. Assign an archpriest to the altar. We haven't upgraded the altar to the final level, so I'll switch back my journeys. I like being able to switch the journeys. And once I become familiar with... Look at all these freaking goals. Look at that. All that. All these goals. So every time I go to a goal, if I would cross-reference them with all of the other journeys, you could accomplish much more, much quicker. But do we really want to? Cool beans. So we'll stick with that. Rock and roll. Now, if we come up this plateau, we'll roll up on this camp in a different direction. We'll have height as an advantage. I was scouting it out solo before. Now, usually I roll over here, I guess, a year ago. In Earth time. And they would murder my ass. Half the time they'd murder my ass. They'd kick my ass. I'm level 60 now. I got better armor. And I got all my cousins. Yep. Having a fucking barbecue. Holy shit. Oh, you guys are kind of ready to murder. Yeah, you are. You bunch of murdering bums. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a murdering bum. Let's go kill these turkeys. Yeah, you know, I tried talking to them, and they don't want to be friendly. Look at this. You see, so I'm going to roll in here and take this. Knock these turkeys out of here, right? The nature of the game is a little different, though. Because you see, I was talking yesterday about implementing things from Warband into this, like 100 thralls. I can take 10 thralls with me, but what if I could take 150? We could have some big, gigantic, sprawling, crazy, gnarly shield wall battles. What if we had formations, right? I could put these guys in a wedge. I could put these guys in a shield wall by ranks, formation, cube, get phalanx, whatever. That'd be super. And that would be pre-battle orders and deployment. Put these guys into formations. And 10 times the amount of warriors. Fill this field with a shield wall. Number 3, if I take this real estate, I should be able to keep it. I should be able to conquer this whole world and interact with each and every one of these NPCs. And rather than having to knock their brains out in order to get them to join our warband, we should be able to engage some of them and hire them. In warband, we visit the pubs, we talk to the NPCs, and oftentimes we can hire them to join our warband. Now in Conan, when you want friends, you just beat the shit out of them and you just make them your friends. You just chain them up and now you're like best friends forever. Hot diggity Conan. You guys had your cranberry ginger ale today. I think I like the grape better. Talking a little slow sometimes. The connection from my brain to my mouth is often severed and the speed limit's a little slower. Because my immune system is attacking the protective coating, which is called myelin, that protects the protective coating on the nerves of my brain. So some parts of those nerves are exposed, like exposed electrical cords, or in better terms, communication cables come to your house, bring you your internet, electricity, what have you. So that signal's often interrupted down through my spine, so sometimes we talk a little bit slower, and that's not such a bad thing. Drives me bananas when people talk too fast. Fast talking, slow walking, son of a gun. Hot diggity barbarian time. These guys are sitting back there eating beef jerky. I'm packing a bowl. I'm scoping out this settlement. Oh shit. I thought I heard a monster. Holy hell. Doing the monster mash. Look at this. I want to take this place over me. You know it. What's going on with that big sacrificial crazy bowl up there? What's going to happen with that? Lightning strike that shit and you get to go visit freaking Thor? Yeah. Yeah, Bustabud the Barbarian. Yep. Cousins with Hagar the Horrible. And Grognak. Everybody remembers Grognak. I don't think I have any Grognak comics. Wish I did. I should buy some. I'm going to purchase the 3-volume Savage Sword of Conan omnibus, which includes all of the original comics that I had when I was a little kid back in the mid-70s, back about 1973, 74. Those came out in 72. I think I must have had them probably 1975, 76 bicentennial time. Yeah, and those were just fucking fabulous. Man, they were all in black and white, which was I've always wanted in color, you know. And I wanted to color them, but I had the willpower. I never did. I never did color my black and white Conan comics. But I'm going to buy the anthology. They have, I can get the entire 3 parts, where I think the very first volume is issues 1 through 13, and then issues 14 through 20 something. You guys know the drill. Rock and roll. It's about 4 minutes until it goes into this view. And I like to use this for scenes. I've been using this for video production for YouTube. Good scenes. You could tell some good stories using this game. How about that? And I think I might. Using some scenes like we're looking at now, sharing some lore with you. We'll see how my voice does. Good morning, Talk. How's my buddy? Good morning, Tuckaroo. Man, that cat, he's an eating machine, I'll tell you what. Everybody says he's a big cat. I haven't had a cat since I was 18 years old, so... say he's big, he's big. We're gonna murder these bitches, let's find out what happens. Holy shit. I'm a barbarian. I'm gonna hush now. Good morning. They don't stand a chance against my warband. Nah. Nordheim fighter. You know, I wish I could take this stuff and trade it in the city. We'll have to see. We'll have to go talk to the merchants and see what we can do with some of this shit, because I'm going to start collecting so much loot, I'm just going to have to get rid of it. Give Ymir a high five for us. It's gone. Oh, look at you. Got some goody goods. Nordheim fighter. Female fighter 3. See, we just rolled their camp. She used to kill me a lot. Yeah, he's a piece of cake. He's got a nice axe though. Look at that. Go to Ymir. Look at that. She's still over there. She's whacking that anvil so hard. She didn't even hear that battle that just happened. Cut her in half.
So I can carve it on your pyre.
See, so I'd like to take this over. We could live here. Let's get Hans the Brute. Shit, we killed Hans the Brute. Well, at least I know that Hans the Brute spawns here, right? Maybe he spawns all kinds of places. Hans the Brute. A taskmaster always spawns here, right? A jailer. A freaking cracker, really. Lack of better terms. Yeah, slave master. Yeah. Always spawns here. Yeah, taskmaster right here in this village. But I'd never seen a legendary taskmaster spawn here before. And so we see Hans the Brute here, and he's likely a legendary taskmaster. He's got a bunch of shit armor. He's gonna go kiss Yrmir's freaking boot. Bye-bye. That rock has nothing to say. Come on, boys, you're crowding me. Goody goods. Alright, nice bow. Excellent, we'll keep that. Yeah, now I'm never gonna get out of here. Move! Fuck! This is stupid. Move, you assholes. I've had to exit the game, not the whole game, but I've had to go to the main menu to get these fuckers out of the way before. Move, asshole. Fuck. And then I'm pointing at him, but it will tell all the other guys what to do, rather than just this one person. Let's go, you assholes! Don't block me in. That's annoying. That's all. It's annoying. Let's go, Charlie. Listen. You guys just chill right there, alright? Let me loot the shit out of this place. Oh, what are you growing over here? Oh, you're so sneaky. I see that plant back there. Yep. That's the way it was. Rock and roll, drink that booze. Got nothing. Got, we'll take it. Take it all. Awesome. Junkety junk. Arms and legs are laying around. I don't own that emote. What emote? Cannot emote in my current state? What? You don't own that emote? Up at the right by my map, it's just like kicking out something about emotes. Let's go, you turkeys. Come on, fingers.
Die! Die! Die!
Let's go, you shits. Please don't tell me I have to tell them all to follow again. Nope. I don't own that emote. I don't know why that's popping up, that message. Alright, I guess they're gonna come someday. See what happens. Let's see if this is bugging out on me. That's a solution. Good deal. Turkey's ready to raw. Let's see the mastodon. Let's see if these guys will kill that mastodon. They probably will. length on that is. It's got reach, it says. Health damage 32, that sucks. It's got some good durability, but damage shouldn't do that. It's only 5 pounds. I tried, I guess. Should have spare. Thought I brought one. Ain't seeing it. Got a couple nice pickaxes. Good deal. Back up, because you're gonna break. Stuff's gotta go. Stop weighing me down. Yeah, I mean, I have so much of this stuff already at home. Already saved up, already stocked up, already hoarded. I just made a couple thousand hardened bricks. Yeah, those star metal swords are starting to show up in the loot. Yep, I got a bunch of them. Bunch of good stuff. I like raiding those Sumerian camps now, getting that Sumerian gear. I like that Sumerian gear a lot. Like that Acer gear, the Sumerian gear, like all the gear. This is so great. All the factions look so awesome.
Now I am the master, you are the slave! You are in my power!
Christ has new power here. Best art, shieldcraft, and snare.
Hope I got a spear.
The essence of the magic. The castle built on human bones of my slaves. Skins yet by my sorceries and holy.
Try that trident. You're welcome. Consider it buying you a beer. That's how I look at subs. I like that. It's like, you know, you come over to my house, I offer you a beer or a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? If you invited me out, well, like my uncle always said, you'd buy a cup of coffee. So that's nice. Rock and roll. You know what I mean? Tell you what I like about this. Hey, Tucker. Good morning, Tucker. You want to say hi, Tuck? Hey, Tucker. Tucker, my buddy. Look at that woolly mammoth. Right on. You visit my house, I visit your house. You buy me a cup of coffee, I buy you a cup of coffee. I like that. Twitch is like, is this guy gonna murder us? Maybe. I'm watching it. This is like ham radio. Twitch is like ham radio back in the 70s, but with the TV screen. That's pretty cool. And everybody loves video games. But now, we don't have to have fun in our adventures on our own. And share our adventures, and you have those moments, man, you're playing a video game. And it's just that awesome freaking moment in that video game, and you're playing by, dancing with yourself, man. Billy Idol says, rock and roll. What's shaking, Talk? You want to say hey? He's cruising around here somewhere. Fat cat. He's gone, Snoozeville. Rock and roll. You're welcome. Yeah, you guys roll in here and hang out. It's my pleasure. Enjoy the coffee. Enjoy the beer. Smoke a doobie. Dream good dreams. And all of you, please be safe wherever you may roam. Woolly mammoth. I don't have a spare. "14,000 years ago, the ice melted." And this is Robert E. Howard's imagination of... He always says that he just needed a basis for his stories. I like his basis for this time period, even if it's just his imagination. He claimed that he wasn't trying to write a history of the period between 14,000 years ago when the ice melted, and then 2,000 years later or so, yeah, about 12,000 BC, the tail end of a comet hit us, right? It caused another great cataclysm, one that we might consider, the flood of Noah could have been from the melting ice. God, call it what you will. Or the Great Cataclysm, which could be the tail end of Halley's Comet that gets a little too close every several millennium, 100 millennium. But there was a 2,000 year period. We've been kicking it since the time of Christ, 2,000 years, and here we are with computers. So the ice melts, 2,000 years go by. What happened during that 2,000 years? And then the tail end of a comet hit us and put us back into prehistoric times again. So "14,000 years ago, the ice melted. 17,000 years ago, was the oldest piece of art ever created. The oldest cave painting ever painted. These two little boys in France were playing soccer. It's the first thing I ever learned in history class at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago from Robert Lesher, who was the basis for the professor on the films of Indiana Jones. And my professor was the historical content advisor for that film series. And that's who Indiana Jones's teacher was based on, and Bob taught at University of Chicago and the Art Institute, but he always painted an interesting picture. But that's the first lesson that he taught us in history, was about those two boys in Lascaux, France. And their soccer ball went down a stump, a hole in a stump, and the kid went after the soccer ball. And what he found was these huge, when they went down to rescue the kid, they found what we thought for decades and decades and decades, right? All through my college years, we thought that that was the oldest cave painting or piece of art that a human being had ever done, was 17,000 years ago, right? About the beginning of the Ice Age. It lasted till about 14,000 BC. Or was it? Now we're finding cities under the sand that have been there for 40,000 years, twice as long as we think. So why are they doing cave paintings in 17,000 BC? We're finding cities and civilizations and vaults that are like time capsules that date 40,000 BC. How many cataclysms have we had? It happened again. Rock and roll. So much to say in so little time. I always like to share what is on my mind. Smoke it if you got it. Rock and roll. So they're already repopulated the village. History is so fascinating. Where were we? Who were we? How long have we been here? Who else has been here? Rock and roll. Those thoughts have always crossed my mind. Sativa or not. Hot diggity dog. Let's roll over these guys. So, where are we going next? So we just rolled that camp. What's here? Ah, one of my players I'm tracking. Good. Who am I tracking? Who am I tracking? Zorn? Zorn's not with me. Ah, I'm tracking Lake Near. Good, good, good. So these girls, did they make it home? Did all my girls make it home? I think they did. Nope, they're still trying to make it home. Lissa. The Stygian Archer 3. They're still trying to find their way home. And I'm thinking that they're stuck somewhere. These girls. And so when I'm checking there on my roster, this is all of my NPCs. These are all of my companions. I can have up to 50 companions. Half of these are probably in Set City, Sepamaru. And of course, we got to track Tuck, my cat. Can't lose my cat. That's why I take him outside with the harness. He doesn't know this neighborhood. He didn't grow up here. I'll get lost. Yep, he's outside pissing everywhere, making sure the cats know this is his yard. So we're going to go and take a look and see. These girls have been trying to return home for at least a week, and they haven't made it home yet. So I'm curious where they are, so I just turned their tag on. It's just like tagging a deer and see where they're at. Yeah, right on. So that's what I was doing. Kinbarturi, Zarana, Cetra, Moira, Orion. List of the Longbow. Let's see who else we got. Who died? Ah, Rain of the Rosewood did not die. And she's a bow maker, man. I gotta get her. She's a bow maker. She's a legendary. We gotta get all of our cool, good, legendary NPCs to our main fortress. Start fighting the evil Maelstrom. Look at this crazy shit. Bizarre. Look at that maze. That's awesome. You know, I've never ever in my career, in 30 years in my career, I never ever got to do one of these, this topiary. I've always wanted to, and I still could. We should, you guys. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's fun. We should do that in a live stream from beginning to end. I'll show you guys how to make one of these. I've never done one, but I could. I'm a fucking artist, man. With the shrub, oh yeah. Rock and roll. I'll go show you guys how to properly prune, how to really prune properly. Man, I love topiary, bitchin'. You guys ever go to a Red Robin and you go in, there's a topiary of Red Robins? I used to do those when I worked for Hershey Corporation. It was 20 years ago. Yeah, because Hershey Corporation was in charge of that restaurant chain in the area where I lived in Hershey, Chocolate Town, USA. The home of the toothless. Hershey, Pennsylvania. You go to the dentist, they got a great big giant bowl of chocolate everywhere you go. You go in the bathroom at the gas station, bowl of chocolate. Redeem code. Buy Crom coins. Nah, I just want to check it out. Argosine Observatory. Aesir Stronghold set, boy, that looks cool. That's bitchin'. And so I'm a little confused. It's so strange. You see, 200 years ago, we brought a stave church over to America with us and settled it down right outside Chicago where I grew up, right? You guys can find this on the internet. And we brought it piece by piece with us 200 years ago. This year is our anniversary of us settling here. And we rebuilt that church. But about 10, 15 years ago, I think, it was dismantled. It was sent back to where we came from, originally in Norway. Why? You know, we brought it all the way over here, I guess for historical sake, wanted to have it where it was originally built. We brought it with us to America, but now it's our 200th anniversary of coming here, migrating here, and settling here. We brought that church with us, and wouldn't that have been cool if it was still here for the 200th anniversary? That'd be so bitchin'. So we'll see what we can get into this year, what kind of festivities there are for this anniversary. We're doing a parade. I want to put a Viking ship around a wheelchair. Yeah. Well, my mom's little wheelchair, we'll put a little Viking ship. We'll have Tucker in there. Tucker with a little Viking hat. Tucker has a Viking hat. Yeah, he's got a cat Viking hat. He's got a ninja suit. Yeah, he's badass. Oh, that poor cat. Tucker, he talks like Joe Pesci. He does. He sits out the window. He goes, "You believe this? You believe this motherfucker wants me to wear a ninja suit?" Yep. Oh shit! Oh goddamn! Don't fuck with boars. Holy hell! I mean, in real life, man. Boy, that's some good pig, though. Man, I'm dying for some wild beast. I'm telling you, it's been way too long since I had some venison. So I ribbed my nephew, right? I'll just rib my nephew. He's like, "What kind of hunter are you, man? You don't even bring your uncle some venison?" I don't believe you. I don't think you've ever hunted for anything except for a roll of toilet paper. Look at that shack. It's all haunted. That's right. Blow your nose. Oh, so we did roll that camp. That camp is the one that I've been freaking milking down there. Yeah, so now I got my bearings. That's where we're at. Cool beans. You see that freaking fort right there? We can make a badass fort out of there. I wish we could go in there. I don't think there's any way in. And I'm looking at that little keep right there. You see, because we already ruled the other side. That's our house. But I want to rule the whole dam. Now, there used to be lots of enemy patrols. Now, I tried to be friendly, and they just tried to murder me. Yeah, they didn't like my hair color. Yeah, the reds didn't like the blondes and vice versa. And so there was a whole bunch of patrols down there and pickets, and there was aggressive enemy forces. But our presence, our overwhelming presence, is as I've added more thralls, because I know I must have more than 30 thralls now. Now that I've got this place really populated, I've even got my workers are armed. I started losing my workers. I started following them, wondering, okay, this guy's disappearing. Where's he going? Why is he disappearing? So I'm following him, and I'm seeing he's getting freaking mugged. He's getting his ass ganked by these punks sitting down there by the bonfire. That's why I placed my guards at the campfire. Problem solved. Now my guards are milking experience points because they're just camped out at the fire. The enemy spawns, my guys kill them, they get the experience. I can pick and choose if I want a prisoner, or I can loot them, sacrifice them to Emir. It's a win-win. Now my worker thralls, my worker companions, they don't get harassed because I got 3 fighter thralls sitting there guarding that campfire. They just want to go down there and enjoy the fire. We were willing to share, but no. They had to get all blood eagle and shit. Now we're throwing their heads off the sand right into the salty water. Holy shit. Don't want to be friendly. Yep. They should have smoked a frost doobie to Ymir. Hot diggity coffee. So I shot a video for you guys. I'll be doing some lore and stuff, put some lore on YouTube. So you see up there at the top where those 2 hands or those 2 really cool pillars are at the middle of the dam. So I climbed all the way up there and I sat up there looking at all this during the night and the thunderstorms is really bitching. Yeah, doing some audiobooks, reading a little lore. Yeah, playing a little lore, stuff that I like. I love to listen to Conan lores, and especially Conan audiobooks when I play this game. Love listening to the audiobooks. The tales are so great. Man, 100 years ago, what was just boiling in that young man's brain, Robert E. Howard, holy hell. Man, just think. He would have never thought that his invention would be a household name. Even in Tibet, he'd know who Conan is. Yeah, they think he's the son of Colonel Sanders. Tibet, Ohio. That's right. All right, let's go. I keep saying north, but we're really kind of going west. I'm hitting every one of these camps. So we beat the crap out of every one of these camps so far. Cold Fish Camp, Meadow Watch. So I'm curious, the more we exert our authority into our neighbor's territory, because this is a whole other kingdom. This is a whole Vanir kingdom. The Vanir and the Aesir, in this lore, it's a little backwards. It is a little backwards, I'll explain. Yeah, it's Tucker right there. So do we see any of our female companions who are trying to get home? So you see that round ball there with the base, that's Tucker. So I know where Tucker is, so I got him tracked. That's his tracking tag. And now these three girls, three of my companions, they have been trying to get home now for a week, and they're still not home. And I know if I just give it time, they'll eventually make it home. But I'm curious, do they need any help? Are they stuck somewhere? Are they dead? Are they stuck in a rock? Are they stuck in a crevice? They're right there. They're all right there. They are home, because this is our home, South Lake. This is our Conan condo. Our condom. Condom. Yeah, condom. Like, you know, Abe Simpson, he's always wanted to live in one of those. Anyone remember that Simpsons episode? Condoms, I've always wanted to live in one of those, Homer. Yeah, our Conan condo. South Lake. So they're home. It says they're trying to get home, but there they are. I'll head down there eventually anyway, because I need to see what relics we have here in the city of the relic hunters. Set city, Sepamaru. No bitchin'. Ah, these kingdoms are so freaking cool. Yeah, they are. Holy how. Yep, we're going up here. I found it. I marked it. I hope I marked it somewhere. We'll have to find out. Bjornar stand, maybe that's it. There is a an outpost up here that's worth fortifying. There's a couple of them. There's a couple of really bitchin' outposts I've seen up here. Up in here. It must be one of these two, maybe up in here. Yeah, I found a giant cave in here and stuff. Wild. Wild. This guy's making this stuff so bitchin'. Awesome. Hell yeah. Let's go. Gives us that wild weather. Poor Arnold. He's still struggling to try to get the Conan sequel off the ground. King Conan. Shit, I'd love to see that. It'd be something else. King Conan. Continue the tale. Yeah, I'd like to hang on to that armor. That I don't need. That meat, we'll cook that meat up. 5 pounds, 5 pounds, 5 pounds. Bunch of this shit, I don't need this stuff. Iron war axe, nah. I'd like to repurpose it. But we're gonna have so much loot, I'm not gonna know what to do with it. Hardened steel war axe, steel bars. I've got a lot of steel bars. Yeah, what's that bow do? 15 health damage, armor penetration, 7% agility weapon. Hardened steel, rock and roll, 1000 durability. Good deal. Bosonian archers, a long bow and a strong bow, and let the sky grow dark. Sword to the neck, the shaft to the ear, and the king of Koth for a mark. I have to ditch a bunch of this scare. I don't need this poop. Too much junk. Should camp out and grub. Cook up all that meat. Yeah, encumbrance is always a pain in the ass. I hate getting rid of gear. Oh, it's time, boys. It is time. Don't stand a chance. Yep. So what? We've raided 3 camps. We'll do 4, 5, 6 on our way over to the mounds. I got these 10 guys with me, man. I ain't worried. Now we'll kick some ass. I want to see what's spawning here, though. We're not taking any prisoners. Man, that helmet looks great. I can see every raindrop on that metal. I can see the reflection of the sky on it. Super. Awesome. Shit. I don't own that emote. I'm not emoting. Someone's freaking growling and shit. It's like, ah, and that person's just sitting there looking at him. There's another picket. There's another guard out there. Another patrol. Tom. Uno, dos, tres, cuatros. There's 4 warriors. There might be 5. I want to get a flaming sword. Get him. Nice. Respawn here. I already have 2 priests. It's too bad we can't use these fires. No, the scouts. Take those fiery hot grubs. Fry 'em in a wok. Spicy curry. Awesome. I gotta ditch a bunch of this weight. Carrying bricks around and shit. That armor, I hate to get rid of it. My keyboard's working. It's not. Dying. Huh. Keyboard must be out of juice. Yeah, it must be out of juice. Give those guys these bows. They have ancient bows, but I think these bows are probably better. Look at that. Don't need that pick. I don't need those. Keep those star metal swords. Bricks gone. Iron head arrows. Use them up. Look at that. Look at that. Acid arrow. Yeah, I got a water skin. I'm good. Gold bar, I'll hang on to that. Silver bar, I'll hang on to that. Keys. Heart. Keep it. Numbing wraps, don't need it. Don't need that. Don't need that. There's the north. Get rid of it. Good deal. Lighten the load a little bit. See if that's gonna give us a bunch of junk we don't need. Yep. Got plenty. Don't need it. Don't need it. Those picks, one of them's gonna break. That's why I'm hanging on to both of them. Healing potion's more important. So is the food. I need to cook up a bunch of this food. It's too encumbered. All the time. Too encumbered. That silk, don't need it. Keep that coin. Conan loves the coin. Right, we're ready to rock and roll. How's our food? How's our encumbrance? We're in the green. We're in the green. Right, now we're in the yellow. Cool beans. These guys are like, dude, we're standing out here in the rain, man. What kind of fearless leader are you? Got soggy freaking drawers. There's another camp up here. I don't know why the game's telling me I don't own that emote. I'm not emoting.
Good luck, Lenny.
2,000 years ago, you got a bunch of strangers standing there staring at your village. Buddy. Hi, Tucker. Hello. Morning. Comes up and he pats me. My cat. It's like he pets me. Good job, boys. Good job. Altar. Teleportation. Forget what that's called, that teleportation there behind us. 11 o'clock in front of us. She shot first. She died. We were doing what we were supposed to do. Let them see us. Let them decide if we're real or not. Because that's what we would do in the land of Conan. All while eating a banana split. Just want those ice shards. In the hearts of the Nordhammer. weight I don't need. Oh, here we go again. See, what's the point of that if I'm stuck in place yelling and emoting? You tell them to scram, you want to do that so that you can move out, you can move them out of the way so you can move, but when you do the yell, I'm stuck in place like I have glue on my shoes. Defeats the purpose. You can activate this teleport. You can build these, you can place them. Once we complete the sorcerer's journey, that is your alternative method of teleporting. We can't activate this stuff. My screenshots are working. Yeah, that's the ticket to creating those and placing them. Home of Karak. Home of Karak. Place it. Thaumaturgy bench. Cast a spell. But if you complete the sorcerer's journey, that will allow you the skill, the ability to place this teleportation stone. Rune. Forget what it's called. Its name. There's probably some more loot, but I'm trying to stay light. I mean, I would love to loot all this, but I can't carry all this stuff, and it's going to respawn anyway. So we're good. I don't need any of this stuff. A lot of great loot. Can't carry all this stuff. Nope. Yeah, this one village raid would just fill up my inventory. And it's good stuff. But we have miles to go before we sleep. Wait, this is Conan. We don't really sleep. I'm gonna hush myself some coffee. Jenny, it was nice to see you. I dream good dreams. Yo, hit that freaking city. You should get up close and check it out. Oh, still chill. Chill again. Tacos. Tacos for dinner. It's good. Watch some Conan cartoons from the 80s. 1990. Yep. Those corny freaking Conan cartoons. But boy, it tells all the stories. Its own fashion. One for a 13-year-old. Going on 60. It's the best part about retirement. Yeah, hit 60, you turn 13 all over. Earbuds. Earbuds. One of the greatest inventions of humankind. Record player in my ear. Gierner. Vein of the White Horse. Thorbjorn Hornklofi. Rorik of Dorstad. Ronvald Aestins. Aestin Gloomer. Heroes of old. Sticky weed. Got the sticky weed from Ricky Bobby's dad. Would you believe it? Conan loves weed. He knows this. It is written in the ancient sagas. By a surly, brooding, romantic warlord. Busta Bud the Barbarian is in the house. The options for entry, huh? What killed us up here? Something killed us up here. Something. I want to check out the city. They don't own that emote. Just pop it up on the right. There's a warrior 12 o'clock with a bear, and there's a bear at 1 o'clock. It's like another warrior at 1 o'clock. It looks like a warrior down there, maybe an animal. It's hard to see that far. It looks like maybe it's a big ram. Probably. It's curious. was a deer. Holy shit, that scared the shit out of me, man. Holy hell, I forgot about those guys. Those freaking rock creatures, holy hell. It scared the poop out of me. Oh, dude, die. You can't get anything with that hoarfrost hatchet. Yeah, he's just gonna give us minerals. I don't want any minerals. Not gonna get nothing. He's no demon. No demon. Oh, dude, you guys are crowding me. See, I can't move. I'm stuck. Harvest corpse, dead. That's all it says. Not ID in it. Blood crystal, that'll work. Ironstone, no thanks. Hey Tucker, good morning. So you may have seen in films. Made short work of him. And so we would stand out here in the settlement, wait for him to see us, for him to decide if we are real or not. It was the polite thing to do. Well, growing up, you know, you walk down the street, I don't know about other kids growing up in other places, but you go up to the house, and out the sidewalk, you yell your friend's name. Hey, Jimmy. Friend Jimmy come out, stand outside the house, and everyone up to the door and knock. Stand out in the yard and yell. Instead of look out the window and see if you're real. I think my keyboard was dying. Spacebar wasn't working. And so that bear saw us. He decided we were real and that we looked delicious. And even though he didn't have any Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, he decided to come eat us anyway. Because it is that time of the year. Bears coming out of hibernation, ain't going hiking nowhere. Ain't going for a roll. Ridge rolling. There are parts of the Appalachian Trail that I'm very familiar with that I could totally get up to. That'd be great. That'd be a great live stream. Especially for the first snow. Sled. My cat will pull me. Take that gold. Shit. Give me that. Board. We're gonna big fat cookout. Here we are. Hardened steel cleaver, good score. Rock and roll. Boy's been busy, huh? What the hell's going on here? Ah, it's bear food. Yeah? Bear food? How can we mine that? Is there any way? Nada? Nada? Nothing. No. Yes. They can stand, but I have to crawl and hump the ground. Come on. Somebody's been pissing over here. Bear's been pissing over here. Holy shit. Look at him. I wish he would stop grabbing everything in the fucking ground. Gotta cook up all that meat. Good. Right. Down, Chowhound. Awesome. That's their defenses. Take this whole city. bitchin' fortifications, holy hell. Tucker, good morning.
Have your horn, Outlander!
Hey Tucker, you hungry, buddy? You are, huh? Let's see. Smelter 3. Glad we're not taking prisoners. Nice digs. I live here. I'm supposed to be living here. No electricity. Not Tucker. Hungry, buddy? All out at once. Let's go. Okay, Mr. Independent. Taking them out at once. All the enemies, yeah. Died plenty of times. Victory plenty of times. Hi, buddy. You can eat. You can eat. Oh. Daddy. Oh, you're gonna chow on me? Oh, my buddy. Tucker's just, well, he's over 2. Yeah. Just had his birthday. I think he's 2, maybe he's 3. Here you go, pal. I've had Tucker for a couple years. Everybody says he's big. Yeah, so maybe he's 3. Got him when he was a kitten on that battlefield. All the other wild feral cats, wildcats. Yeah. Tuck. Ah. Let me share. Thanks for asking. Let's see. My kitty cat. Tuck. Yeah. Right on. This was good. Tuck. Should just roll through these guys and just get experience for my NPCs. I'm gonna have to build a fire. Keep that. And Sid arrow. Now, unless I'm gonna make gruel. Let's eat that. Yeah, I'm not going to attack this whole village. We could. It's a freaking town. I'd like to either make friends with them or conquer it. The other. Valve. All right, sunshine. Let's see what you got. Man, I sure need that coffee. As soon as we murder this bum. It's a bitchin' house, isn't it? I'm supposed to be a Newfoundland. I'm supposed to be a Newfoundland. Living in an old fishing shack. Looking at the ocean. With my Irish wolfhounds. Painting pictures. Taking photographs. No electricity. All candlelight. Wood burning stove. Me and my dogs, a mandolin, painting pictures, going fishing, drinking coffee with orcas. That was the plan. Wasn't even gonna have a computer or electricity. I'm just gonna murder barbarians. A couple miles away from the UNESCO Viking World Heritage Settlement. Good weather for people with MS. $50 a month. It's a cash. So much to say in so little time. What you doing with that altar? There's no blood on it. What kind of priest are you? Lots of booze, no treasure. Yeah, so we rolled their whole defenses. Another fighter down here. Take that helmet. Gracias, muchacho. Out of here without these guys killing everything in sight. That poor girl, she's just minding her own business. Some punks came along and murdered her. Bunch of barbarians. Hey, Wisebot, what's shaking? Trying to get him to stop picking everything up in his path. It's been annoying. Why is he humping the ground? Because he's blown in. Sonny Jim, run to the haunted tower. Holy shit, what a view. Here you go. Something broke. Bitch and whoop, whoop. Yeah. Rock and roll. I'd review him up there. Pardon me. It's fun. There. Yeah, we're gonna have to climb up to the top of that peak. Hot spiced rum. Get this fabulous world. Holy hell. Floating tower up there at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, this tower's floating. It's LOD. That moves bitchin'. The sight. These nighttime scenes are awesome. We're gonna get some crazy storms. I'm gonna refill my cup. You're tuning in, chilling, lurking, dreaming. Good dreams. Maybe snooze time be peace time. Get some coffee. Start a tale. Be back in just a few.
Across the red drifts and mail-clad forms, two figures glared at each other. In that utter desolation, only they moved. The frosty sky was over them, the white illimitable plain around them, the dead men at their feet. Slowly, through the corpses they came, as ghosts might come to a tryst through the shambles of a dead world. In the brooding silence, they stood face to face. Both were tall men, built like tigers. Their shields were gone, their corselets battered and dinted, blood dried on their mail. Their swords were stained red. Their horned helmets showed the marks of fierce strokes. One was beardless and black-maned. The locks and beards of the other were red as the blood on the sunlit snow.
Man,
Tell me your name, said he, so that my brothers in Vanaheim may know who was the last of Wulfir's band to fall before the sword of Heimdall. Not in Vanaheim, growled the black-haired warrior, but in Valhalla. Will you tell your brothers that you met Conan of Samaria? Heimdall roared and leapt. His sword flashed in deathly arc. Conan staggered and his vision was filled with red sparks as the singing blade crashed on his helmet, shivering into bits of blue fire. But as he reeled, he thrust with all the power of his broad shoulder behind the humming blade. The sharp point tore through brass scales and bones and heart, and the red-haired warrior died at Conan's feet. The Cimmerian stood upright, trailing his sword, a sudden, sick weariness assailing him. The glare of the sun on the snow cut his eyes like a knife, and the sky seemed sunken and strangely apart. He turned away from the trampled expanse where yellow-bearded warriors lay locked with red-haired slayers in the embrace of death. A few steps he took, and the glare of the snowfields was suddenly dimmed. A rushing wave of blindness engulfed him, and he sank down into the snow. Supporting himself on one mailed arm, seeking to shake the blindness out of his eyes as a lion might shake his mane. A silvery laugh cut through the dizziness, and his sight cleared slowly. He looked up. There was a strangeness about all the landscape that he could not place or define, an unfamiliar tinge to the earth and sky. But he did not think long of this. Before him, swaying like a sapling in the wind, stood a woman. Her body was like ivory to his dazed gaze, and save for a light of veil gossamer, she was naked as the day. Her slender, bare feet were whiter than the snow they spurned. She laughed down at the bewildered warrior. Her laughter was sweeter than the rippling of silvery fountains, and poisonous with cruel mockery. "Who are you?" asked the Cimmerian. "Whence come you?"
What matter?
Her voice was more musical than a silver-stringed harp, but it was edged with cruelty. "Call up your men," said he, grasping his sword. "Yet though my strength fail me, they shall not take me alive. I see that you are of the Vanir."
Have I said so?
His gaze went again to her unruly locks, which at first glance he had thought to be red. Now he saw that they were neither red nor yellow, but a glorious compound of both colours. He gazed, spellbound. Her hair was like elfin gold. The sun struck it so dazzlingly that he could scarcely bear to look upon it. Her eyes were likewise neither wholly blue nor wholly grey, but of shifting colours and dancing lights and clouds of colours he could not define. Her full red lips smiled, and from her slender feet to the blinding crown of her billowy hair, her ivory body was as perfect as the dream of a god. Conan's pulse hammered in his temples. "I cannot tell whether you are of Vanaheim and my enemy, or of Asgard and my friend. Far have I wandered, but a woman like you I have never seen. Your locks blind me with their brightness. Never have I seen such hair, not even among the fairest daughters of the Aesir, by Ymir."
Who are you to swear by Ymir? What know you of the gods of ice and snow? You who came up from the south to adventure among an alien people.
"By the dark gods of my own race," he cried in anger. "Though I am not of the golden-haired Aesir, none has been more forward in sword-play. This day I've seen 80 men fall, and I alone have survived the field, where Wulfir's reavers met the wolves of Bragi. Tell me, woman, have you seen the flesh of male out across the snow plains, or seen armed men moving upon the ice?"
I have seen the hoar frost glittering in the sun.
She answered.
I have heard the wind whispering across the everlasting snows.
He shook his head with a sigh. Njord should have come up with us before the battle joined. I fear he and his fighting men have been ambushed. Wolfir and his warriors lie dead. I thought there was no village within many leagues of this spot, for the war carried us far. But you cannot have come a great distance over these snows, naked as you are. Lead me to your tribe if you are of Asgard, for I am faint with blows and the weariness of strife.
My village is further than you can walk, Conan of Sumeria.
She laughed. Spreading her arms wide, she swayed before him, her golden hair lolling sensuously. Her scintillating eyes half-shadowed beneath their long silken lashes.
Am I not beautiful? Oh, man.
Like dawn running naked on the snows, he muttered, his eyes burning like those of a wolf.
Then why do you not rise and follow me? Who is the strong warrior who falls down before me?
She chanted in a maddening mockery.
Lie down and die in the snow with the other fools, Conan of the black hair. You cannot follow where I would lead.
With an oath, the Cimmerian heaved himself up on his feet, his blue eyes blazing, his dark, scarred face contorted. Rage shook his soul, but desire for the taunting figure before him hammered at his temples and drove his wild blood fiercely through his veins. Passion fierce as physical agony flooded his whole being, so that earth and sky swam red to his dizzy gaze. In the madness that swept upon him, weariness and faintness were swept away. He spoke no words as he drove for her, fingers spread to grip her soft flesh. With a shriek of laughter, she leapt back and ran, laughing at him over her white shoulder. With a low growl, Conan followed. He had forgotten the fight, forgotten the mailed warriors who lay in their blood, forgotten Njord and the reavers who had failed to reach the fight. He had thought only for the slender white shape which seemed to float rather than run before him. Out across the white blinding plain the chase led. The trampled red field fell out of sight behind him, but still Conan kept on with the silent tenacity of his race. His mailed feet broke through frozen crust. He sank deep in the drifts and forged through them by sheer strength. But the girl danced across the snow, light as a feather, floating across a pool. Her naked feet barely left their imprint on the hoarfrost that overlaid the crust. In spite of the fire in his veins, the cold bit through the warrior's mail and fur-lined tunic. But the girl in her gossamer veil ran as lightly, as gaily as if she danced through the palm and rose gardens of Pointaine. On and on she led, and Conan followed. Black curses drooled through the Cimmerian's parched lips. The great veins in his temples swelled and throbbed, and his teeth gnashed. You cannot escape me. Lead me into a trap, and I'll pile the heads of your kinsmen at your feet. Hide from me, and I'll tear apart the mountains to find you. I'll follow you to hell. Her maddening laughter floated back to him, and foam flew from the barbarian's lips. Further and further into the wastes she led him. The land changed. The wide plains gave way to low hills, marching upward in broken ranges. Far to the north he caught a glimpse of towering mountains, blue with the distance or white with the eternal snows. Above these mountains shone the flaring rays of the Borealis. They spread fanwise into the sky, frosty blades of cold, flaming light, changing in colour, growing and brightening. Above him the skies glowed and crackled with strange lights and gleams. The snow shone weirdly, now frosty blue, now icy crimson, now cold silver. Through a shimmering icy realm of enchantment, Conan plunged doggedly onward. In a crystalline maze where the only reality was the white body dancing across the glittering snow beyond his reach. Ever beyond his reach. He did not wonder at the strangeness of it all, not even when two gigantic figures rose up to bar his way. The scales of their mail were white with hoarfrost. Their helmets and their axes were covered with ice. Snow sprinkled their locks. In their beards were spikes of icicles. Their eyes were cold as the lights that streamed above them.
Brothers,
Cried the girl, dancing between them.
look who follows. I have brought you a man to slay. Take his heart, that we may lay it smoking on our father's board.
The giants answered with roars like the grinding of icebergs on frozen shore, and heaved up their shining axes as the maddened Cimmerian hurled himself upon them. A frosty blade flashed before his eyes, blinding him with its brightness, and he gave back a terrible stroke that sheared through the foe's thigh. With a groan the victim fell, and at the instant Conan was dashed into the snow, his left shoulder numb from the blow of the survivor, from which the Cimmerian's mail had barely saved his life. Conan saw the remaining giant looming high above him like a colossus carved of ice, etched against the cold, glowing sky. The axe fell, to sink through the snow and deep into the frozen earth as Conan hurled himself aside and leapt to his feet. The giant roared and wrenched his axe free, but even as he did, Conan's sword sang down. The giant's knees bent, and he slowly sank into the snow, which turned crimson with the blood that gushed from his half-severed neck. Conan wheeled, to see the girl standing a short distance away, staring at him in wide-eyed horror, all the mockery gone from her face. He cried out fiercely, and the blood drops flew from his sword, and his hand shook in the intensity of his passion. "Call the rest of your brothers," he cried. "I'll give their hearts to the wolves. You cannot escape me." With a cry of fright, she turned and ran fleetly. She did not laugh now, nor mock him over her white shoulder. She ran as for her life, and though he strained every nerve and thew until his temples were like to burst and the snow swam red to his gaze, she drew away from him, dwindling in the witch fire of the skies, until she was a figure no bigger than a child, then a dancing white flame on the snow, then a dim blur in the distance. But grinding his teeth until the blood started from his gums, he reeled on, and saw the blur grow to a dancing white flame, and the flame to a figure as big as a child, and then she was running less than 100 paces ahead of him, and slowly the space narrowed, foot by foot. She was running with effort now, her golden locks blowing free. He heard the quick panting of her breath, and saw a flash of fear in the look she cast over her white shoulder. The grim endurance of the barbarian had served him well. The speed ebbed from her flashing white legs. She reeled in her gait. In his untamed soul leapt up the fires of hell she had fanned so well. With an inhuman roar he closed in on her, just as she wheeled with a haunting cry and flung out her arms to fend him off. His sword fell into the snow as he crushed into her. Her lithe body bent backwards as she fought with desperate frenzy in his iron arms. Her golden hair blew about his face, blinding him with its sheen. The feel of her slender body twisting in his mailed arms drove him to blinder madness. His strong fingers sank deep into her smooth flesh, and that flesh was cold as ice. It was as if he embraced not a woman of human flesh and blood, but a woman of flaming ice. She writhed her golden head aside, striving to avoid the fierce kisses that bruised her red lips. "You are cold as the snows," he mumbled dazedly. "I'll warm you with the fire in my own blood." With a scream and desperate wrench, she slipped from his arms, leaving her single gossamer garment in his grasp. She sprang back and faced him, her golden locks in wild disarray, her white bosom heaving, her beautiful eyes blazing with terror. For an instant he stood frozen, awed by her terrible beauty as she posed naked against the snows. And in that instant she flung her arms towards the lights that glowed in the skies above her and cried out, in a voice that rang in Conan's ears for ever after.
Ymir! Oh, my father! Save me!
Conan was leaping forward, arms spread to seize her, when with a crack like the breaking of an ice mountain, the whole skies leapt into icy fire. The girl's ivory body was suddenly enveloped in a cold blue flame, so blinding that the Cimmerian threw up his hands to shield his eyes from the intolerable blaze. A fleeting instant, skies and snowy hills were bathed in crackling white flames, blue darts of icy light and frozen crimson fires. Then Conan staggered and cried out. The girl was gone. The glowing snow lay empty and bare. High above his head, the witch lights flashed and played in a frosty sky gone mad. And among the distant blue mountains there sounded a rolling thunder as of a gigantic war chariot rushing behind steeds whose frantic hoofs struck lightning from the snows and echoes from the skies. Then suddenly the Borealis, the snow-clad hills and the blazing heavens reeled drunkenly to Conan's sight. Thousands of fireballs burst with showers of sparks, and the sky itself became a titanic wheel which rained stars as it spun. Under his feet the snowy hills heaved up like a wave, and the Cimmerian crumpled into the snows to lie motionless. In a cold, dark universe whose sun was extinguished aeons ago, Conan felt the movement of life, alien and unguessed. An earthquake had him in its grip and was shaking him to and fro, at the same time chafing his hands and feet until he yelled in pain and fury and groped for his sword.
"He's coming to, Horsa," said a voice. "Haste, we must rub the frost out of his limbs if he is to ever wield sword again."
"He won't open his left hand,"
growled another.
"He's clutching something."
Conan opened his eyes and stared into the bearded faces that bent over him. He was surrounded by tall, golden-haired warriors in mail and furs.
"Conan, you live."
"By Crom, Njord,"
gasped the Cimmerian.
"Am I alive, or are we all dead and in Valhalla?"
"We live,"
grunted the Aesir, busy over Conan's half-frozen feet.
"We had to fight our way through an ambush, or we had come up with you before the battle was joined. The corpses were scarce cold when we came upon the field. We did not find you among the dead, so we followed your spoor. In Ymir's name, Conan, why did you wander off into the wastes of the north? We had followed your tracks in the snow for hours. Had the blizzard come up and hidden them, we'd have never found you by Ymir."
"Swear not so often by Ymir,"
uneasily muttered a warrior, glancing at the distant mountains.
"This is the land, and the god bides among yonder mountains, legends say."
"I saw a woman,"
answered Conan hazily.
"We met Bragi's men in the plains. I know not how long we fought. I alone lived. I was dizzy and faint. The land lay like a dream before me. Only now do all things seem natural and familiar. The woman came and taunted me. She was beautiful as a frozen flame from hell. A strange madness fell upon me when I looked at her. So I forgot all else in the world. I followed her. Did you not find her tracks, or the giants in the ice mail I slew?"
Njord shook his head.
"We found only your tracks in the snow, Conan."
"Then it may be I am mad,"
said Conan dazedly.
"Yet you yourself are no more real to me than was that golden-locked witch who fled naked across the snows before me. Yet from under my very hands she vanished in icy flame."
"He is delirious,"
whispered a warrior.
"Not so,"
cried an older man, whose eyes were wild and weird.
"It was Attila, daughter of Ymir, the frost giant. To fields of the dead she comes, and shows herself to the dying. Myself, when a boy, I saw her, when I lay half slain on the bloody field of Walraven. I saw her walk among the dead in the snows, her naked body gleaming like ivory and her golden hair unbearably bright in the moonlight. I lay and howled like a dying dog, because I could not crawl after her. She lures men from stricken fields into the wasteland to be slain by her brothers, the ice giants, who lay men's red hearts smoking on Ymir's board. The Cimmerian has seen Attila, the frost giant's daughter,